This video is sponsored by Squarespace.
Welcome to my 5th office in, I think, what's 5 years. It looks similar, but there are some differences. Come along. This is my desk. We've got the same desk. We've got the same desktop. We've got the same chair. I have a whole desk tour video that I'll have linked in the cards as well, but if you're here for the first time, I'll give you the cliff notes. Where shall I start? Some of the more recent upgrades, got an iPad over here that I like keeping my calendar on for easy access, and I'll actually connect the two and I can drag my mouse over, make adjustments to my calendar, come back. We've got a charging station for my phone, AirPods, and my Apple Watch, and of course, my beautiful Apple display. Card reader always sits here for convenience because this is for my CF Express card, which I can understand isn't something that Apple built into this computer, but that's why I have it plugged in at all times. We have the Orbit Key desk organizer, and I've got really important things in here. Hair elastics, lip gloss, a knife, an SSD, some SD cards that need to be evaluated, some guitar picks, and then a bracelet that broke. But you can't say I'm not organized. It's not all over my desk, is it? No. And honestly, I would say that this looks like this about 75 to 80% of the time. There might be like 2 drinks or an extra book on here, but I keep it really neat because I feel like I can't be productive unless I have a clean workspace, which is partially why it's white, walls are white, it's all very clean. I've got my laptop here for easy access. If you want the specs and the list of the exact ones that I have, that'll all be in the description below. I have a pen that sits on my desk, and if you don't get a pretty pen, it won't sit on your desk at all times and it'll get lost because you don't care about it. Whereas everyone knows this is my pen that always stays on my desk and I've never lost it. Pro tip. I actually just got this, and in my office organization video, I talk about some of the new accessories I got for this office. This is, I think we ended up going with the newer camera desk mount. I just put my Joby tripod head on top of it here so that I can more easily clip the camera in with the Joby plate, my A7C on here, and Sony mic. This isn't typically the lens that I'm using on here. It's just the one I have right now. It's the 35mm f1.4. It's small, it works there, but this is just so if I wanna film like something quick and easy, or I do wanna hook it up to my desktop, I can. But yeah, it's great because it clamps to the desk and it's off the floor. We love that. This is probably my favorite piece of the new office. This is a Nanlite panel light with a softbox on it, and we have a wall. I forget what do you remember what the exact mount's called? It's linked in the description. It extends, it tilts, it swivels, it does all of the things. It's perfect up here. I actually had it tilted down and then this on an angle the other day to give myself more of a split light, and it was soft split lighting because the softbox was on it, but for daily use, for top downs, if I wanna film like an unboxing on the desk, this is perfect. And best part, it's off the floor. I fairly neatly ran the cable down the wall. This is about as good as it's gonna get. I feel like it's fine. And then we actually have everything to control the light hooked underneath the desk. Something else underneath the desk. My Synology NAS that I have not yet hooked up. Many SSDs have been purchased in the last 6 months since we've lived here for myself and my editor. We're working on it. It's a tough system, okay? There's a lot of things involved. It's not a perfect science in setting it up, and the drives are expensive and I need to buy more drives, and I've just been putting it off. Moving on. Here's my electric guitar that I rarely get to play because my nails are too long, but doesn't it look pretty? I have way more guitars than I deserve, but I feel like the whole idea of the room is to be creative, artistic, motivated to come in here, and aesthetic, because that's important to me, and it fits. Did I buy it as a wall decoration? No, that's a nice bonus. I do plan to play it more. The closet.
You enjoying this video? Cool. Couple things I'm gonna ask you to do then. 1, maybe subscribe to my channel. 2, listen to me talk about Squarespace for a minute. Thanks. I used Squarespace to make my website. I legitimately did, even before they paid me to do this ad. The template I chose was clean and stylish, and I literally built it myself. I really struggle with design, but Squarespace made it super easy for me to showcase my portfolio beautifully. The platform is super easy for me to customize, update regularly, and I can get analytics about the purchases made on my digital products through my online store. And I run my own business, so I don't have time to learn a whole new platform. All right, so head over to Squarespace for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, you can use this code right here to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks, Squarespace. Now back to the video.
By the way, I should say that this house is a rental, and if it weren't a rental, we could do a lot more things in here. We're not, but I feel like we've done enough and what's realistic for you potentially in your rental and in your home to give you some ideas. This is the state of the organization right now. It's not that bad. Is that a bar cart? Yes. It fits here perfectly though, and we don't have another use for it. So right now it's just holding some things that I need to review, talk about, haven't touched yet. Here, Evan is behind the camera right now will love this. If you like Tony Robbins, you'll know what this is. Look, I broke a board with my hand. And so I keep it as a memory that I am strong. And I broke my negative belief patterns, right? That's what it, yeah. That's what it is. Over here, we have some bags. I think that's pretty much all the camera bags. Tripods are shoved in there. Little mini cheap vocal recording booth that Luna has decided to sleep in is down there, some sandbags. And then all of these bins are really just ways to keep myself sane. We've got one that has every accessory for a gimbal, because I've got a few different ones. So all gimbal accessories, they go in this bin. I like these ones the best. So if you don't mind splurging on metal bins, I would say they're ideal because they're strong. They hold big clunky metal things like this and you can see right into them. So there's no real need to label them if you don't want to because you can see what's in it. Whereas things like this, I would like to label. This is just a bunch of smaller lights. These are all smaller tripods and smaller clamp mounts. This is way too big for actually what's in it, but this is all of like my 360 action cams. And these are all the accessories behind it. This bin is literally just drone controllers. So many. We have some accessories, paper, accounting things, business things. This is my little Tupperware for my paper shoot camera, but you get it. Bins are important. This right here that says small audio accessories. See how organized I am? So here's one thing that you should get. A label maker. One, and I specifically got this one because it's black with the white print and you're gonna think I'm crazy, but Justin, who's gonna be editing this, will understand me. It looks better black with white print than it does with white and black print, but if that's not important to you, like it isn't for most people, you can go ahead and get an electronic one and not have to punch every single letter, but it's worth it for me. And this is a lot cheaper. Thank you, Amazon. That's pretty much the gist of the closet. All of the bigger equipment pieces are downstairs in the basement, which is gonna be our full studio. Again, behind the camera, Evan, I've said like 3 times now, he's gonna have a podcasting area. I'm gonna have a shooting space. We're gonna have another space with a backdrop. So keep watching, stay subscribed for all of the like build, studio, plans, tour, all of that stuff that is coming. Now this is finally done. So this little corner, we managed to make purposeful with the neon sign that if you've been following us for a while, tried to make this corner purposeful. And if you've been following me for a while, you will recognize this sign. This has made it into quite a few offices. I love it. This is probably like top 3 things in the office for me. For one thing, it's nice to have some additional lighting. It looks great in the background. It's also a great message to remember why you started. And I have a video that's called that if you want to watch it. It's also linked in the cards. Down here, so this was a recent IKEA hack. This is my little charging station that's hidden. This is actually supposed to be shoe storage, and we modified it. It's about a $40 hack. So if you wanna see how we did that, that video is linked in the cards. This whole area, so we have some things on display, cameras, lenses, drones, some little decorative things. This is really because I'm grabbing these all day long. It just makes sense to have them out, and they make sense in the background, and as long as you keep them pretty organized, it still looks good. I've got some little like knick-knack kind of things from trips or from family or from friends. This little elephant is from my trip to Thailand. This piece of coral I stole from a beach in the Philippines. Don't come for me, but look how pretty it is. It's bright blue. This was my mom's old globe. This was Evan's mom's camera. This was my dad's old camera. And then I had a friend give me these little tiny mushrooms because I don't know, I just like mushroom things. They're adorable. And speaking of mushrooms, we have this mushroom lamp for no other reason than I thought it was adorable. It was way too expensive, but we're making it work. More lighting in the background of your videos, if you plan on shooting in your office space, is always better. I'm hoping to figure out a way to do some under cabinet lighting. If you guys have any suggestions that doesn't involve me like running cables up and behind a wall, maybe an easy battery powered one that doesn't flicker, that would be great. Let me know that because I have not had the capacity to do the research and I really don't want to, but I think that would look great here. If you're doing this in your house, do the shelving lighting, 100%. It's so worth it. On top here, we have some practical things, some things that just make it an inviting space, some things that help motivate you to want to go to work because we all need a little motivation and inspiration, don't we? That would not include the pile of receipts. That's purely here so that I can open the door and throw my receipts in and organize them later. But this is a letter that someone wrote me a long time ago that's just, it's nice to keep and nice to display. I'd like to frame it, but for now it's just sitting right here in this little stand. Got one of my moon photos, some Palo Santo because we all need a good cleanse, you know, once in a while. Got this from a random store. It's another moon thing. I think it was supposed to hold a plant and I took the plant out and now it's a cool background piece. This speaker slash mini amp from Positive Grid is awesome. Obviously I have it to play with my electric guitar. I'm not that picky about the amp that I have. I like that it's small. I like that it's portable. I like that it looks cool. It looks like a tiny amp, but it's also a Bluetooth speaker. So that's our main speaker in the office. Some coasters if you need it. And then I've got my mini award section. So I have my YouTube plaque and my Buffer Festival award here. And it's nice to keep this in the background on Zoom calls so people can see it and then think I know what I'm doing and then continue to pay me money. So this stores a lot of my daily use pieces of gear. Top is pretty much all cables, chargers. If you can grab some little organizers like this, typically people sell these for makeup and drawer organization. They're fantastic for like spigots, tripod plates, the hot shoe covers. This is pretty much all those and then some extra little like Peak Design doohickeys. This is the only way I stay sane is with lots of little bins. And that's why if someone is asking for something that they know I have in here, I could direct them to it like 85% of the time, at least. It takes a lot of time to maintain it, but it's worth it. This is filters and then some like streaming stuff. So extra webcams, my Axoon, my Stream Deck, some stuff like that, extra Peak Design straps. If you manage to get one of these, has my logo on it. They were for sale, they're not anymore. Missed it. I talked about it a lot. You had your chance. This one, for example, is a full drawer of audio stuff, different microphones, lavs, shotgun mics, that kind of thing. And that's kind of the gist for how the whole built-in goes. This is really heavy and from IKEA, but I think it looks great. So like if you're looking for kind of a budget, sleek dresser in your office, great option. Now, we're almost at the end, almost. This will look familiar to you if you've been here for a minute. This is kind of the art wall, photo display wall. These are some of my favorite prints. Some of them actually are from, I think some of these were in Alberta. Most were in Switzerland, but I think one or two, it's hard because it's all trees, were actually taken here before I moved here, which is kind of nice. A little bit of a twist there. I got them all printed with poster jacks, so they printed and framed them and then shipped them to me. They all are black and white, but I did add like the tiniest bit of a blue tint to them just because that softened the blacks and that's more of the look I was going for. But I think they look beautiful. Evan helped me hang them. He did a great job. They're perfectly level and spaced out. He measured. I did not. I was willing to leave them as is, but I did wipe down all the frames yesterday because they had fingerprints all over them. So that was great. I hope you appreciate it for this video. This corner is Evan's desk. Do with it what you will. I'm not gonna go through everything in detail. We should really let you do it. This is where he films himself. He podcasts, but you are doing some from here, right? Oh, never mind. This is just for his calls, but if you remember my one arm desk setup that was in my previous office, that's this exact arm. So this gives you more of the use that it was actually intended for. It was more so made for a light this size, camera this size, and for a mic. So if you're looking for this, I'll have that linked in the cards too, but I'll also show you all the things that you could do with it if you want to put some bigger pieces of gear on it. That will be linked. The fun part is the mini fridge. We bought this way before the office was done. We looked at each other and we went, you know what would be great for the office? A mini fridge. And we'll put it right between both of our desks. And throughout the day, I mean, usually it's when it gets late in the afternoon and you need like a pick-me-up, and I can't really have a second coffee right now. So we have some options. We've got beer, we've got a High Noon in here. We have some White Claws, but we also have some non-alcoholic options. These are great if you live in the US. These are pretty easy to get. They're Hi-Os. They give you kind of like a floaty, relaxed feeling. They also just taste really good. We've got some non-alcoholic mocktails, the Olay Margarita. I've been really obsessed with Coke Zero lately, so there's one in here for when I'm really feeling like a treat. And some energy drinks. We have Alani has been, do we have any Alanis or are they all gone? I'm gonna say this is their moment. Alani has been so good to me and they've been keeping us fully stocked with energy drinks, and they're probably my favorite, not probably, these are my favorite energy drink. I really like the cherry lime flavor. Peach is good. Dream Float is my other favorite one. So cherry lime and Dream Float are probably my top two. So big thanks to Alani for keeping our fridge fully stocked. And then yeah, some Zevia. This is mostly, Evan likes to mix this with whiskey. I also love to do that too. Got some different flavors. Yeah, it's just nice to have in the middle. It's a nice black fridge. It fits just barely between our desks. This salt lamp has been with me since my first apartment and through every office, desk setup, everything I've had since. I can't believe it still works. It's the same bulb, but it's mood lighting. I like it. It's a warm, cozy vibe. We have this candle that was from Sony as a Christmas present. It's called Late Night Edits, which is pretty adorable. And then we're back to my desk. That is the office. This is where I work every day. You guys love to watch these. Then you just like to know where I am. You like to know where I sit all day. So this is it. If you like this video, please like, and what am I supposed to say? If you like this video, please give it a like down below, subscribe if you're not already, and hit the notification bell to get notified for all future videos, and also stick around for all of the studio stuff because I've never done an office and studio renovation design before. So this is gonna be fun. I've never had so much space to work with ever. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.